This was, by the way, one of the first of its kind, and I think it has already gone down into the history books. We want to say congratulations and hats off Sekou Dennis for, of course, bringing in this initiative single-handedly, but then coming through to see a lot of people joining in, loving the game and all that was quite something massive. This started, by the way, last month. It was supposed to be a 3 days activity, but it went on Fridays for about 3 Fridays. The 2 Fridays people were down at Joseph College Jombachi, and then yesterday was the last day where people converged at Greenlight Stadium, home of Wanduparaka Football Club, where of course this whole activity came to a close-up, where there were a total of 8 schools that were consistent for primary, and then although they had expected 11 schools, but the 8 turned up for being the first time. I think that is quite not a bad number. And then there were, I think, 2 consistent boys secondary schools in there, with a couple of course, certificates were also given out to every other person that participated, and with the number of MVPs, where we did see Amanio Shamira, who was the creative playmaker of Ruo Primary. She played a total of 21 games for Ruo Primary School, and also did score tries here and there. And there were also different awards for the best coach, and then the best school, and then there was Junior Innocent, the top try scorer with a record of 14 tries in the tournament. He was followed by Soma Caesar, who had 11 tries in total, and he scored 6 tries. And Junior Innocent is just a first timer, by the way. He came through direct for the tournament. And then the MVP for secondary schools is Feta Brian, who comes from Nile High. That is Niva High, I should say. And then the schools, like I did say, received certificates for participation. And then, of course, the coach of the tournament went to one teacher, Buga Steven, who is a teacher over Arua Public Primary. I think these coaches came through from the last time they organized the training down at Kokopal.
Yeah, a very big one. Of course, a big insight to talk about right there. I've loved following this rugby. I remember how exactly the Arua City's team, or the Nile Leopards, came out in there to see that things work out their way that they need. And indeed, it has helped them a lot, because they are now in a big way that they have been known all over the world for very many things. For more of those, you can always get to their website, by the way. Their website is www.nileleopards.co.ug, and you'll be able to make sure that you get all information about them. But all in all, that does not leave us from any other story unturned, because it's one of the biggest thing coming. Now tomorrow, the team of Paidha will be welcoming Northern Gateway, and a very big turn up is expected, because I did tell you, according to reliable resources, there are a lot of teams and a lot of districts in that is Western region who are saying to be turned up. It's called sportsmanship, and the fans from different clubs in here or in the area will be looking forward to see that they get to all what is coming. So a lot is expected in this way, and we're expecting to see also different attitude. Now, one thing is that this game is going to be live, which is okay, but there's something that is there. Everyone is saying it's a sure win for Paidha Black Angels, which even me, I said so. But there's always, in the world of sports, that the football I've been in has a lot of things. A game being live on TV means that there are 2 things that are going to be involved. One of them is that this time the TV will give an upper hand of issues of malpractice, issues of how things should be changed here and there, and that is one advantage that will be coming. 2, you have to look into how the teams are prepared. That means if a team is so much prepared and has every other thing to put forward, this is where you're going to be seeing it work out. So it brings a question of how do you want this team to look like? That is 1. 2, I think it also brings in issue of that the 2 teams will have a favor of saying that maybe there's going to be no poor officiation. If the team wanted to play maybe a syndicate, a game being live, obviously at least a review can be done. Those are also some of the things in there. So I believe a big one. But all in all, what do you see? What are you seeing lies ahead of tomorrow's encounter?
First of all, the whole of this week, I think if, to me, the positive of this is going to be a huge collection at the gate for there is a part of the Black Angels. If you look at the pictures of the training for this week, you literally think that okay, the population or the turn up alone even beats the turn up of certain UPL clubs, by the way, in here when they are playing a fixture. So if that is just the turn up for trainings, what will happen tomorrow? I am anticipating a very huge crowd. And then secondly, just like you had said, once a game is live, trust me, you cannot do anything. But we are not saying that maybe some other team was planning to do this and that and all that. No, that is not what we are saying. All we are saying here is football is football. Anything can happen. If the Black Angels has ever lost at home, right through from their journeys in regional league and all that So basically, tomorrow's game is going to be a tough one. Everyone has given it on paper to there is a part of the Black Angels, and it looks very simple on paper, but most of the donkey work will be seen tomorrow, right from the kickoff time up to the 90 minutes play. So just like I said, we are not going to do early predictions. We are not giving out the game to anyone, but like my colleague had said, I mean, on paper, every other odd is already favoring there is a part of the Black Angels, but you never know how the trainings have been going down at UTC grounds in Lira. You never know whatever plans or whatever new thing they have come through with, or they have been doing in trainings in between this 1 week that they tied a 0-0 when by the travel the other side. So people change, by the way, anything can happen. So by the Black Angels also needs to be a little bit careful tomorrow, just like you had said yesterday. I remember, if they can take that advice, score in your early goals, then trust me, that is the way to go.
Very many times teams have been killed by complacency, and that has happened in very many occasions that you've seen teams being beaten because they feel they have never lost here. Yes, it's true, Pride has that history. They have that history there, that it's very rare for them to lose at home. But still, you will see that you need to push things work in the right way. If not, then it is going to have issues with what I'm talking about, complacency. And teams have to play to show that this is what they need to, so that they can get the best. So I'm seeing a very big one. It's not by mistake that we are talking about Paida having an upper hand. True. One, history favors them. Two,
the home ground.
The home, yes, that's now meaning about the home fan now. The fans are on their sides. I don't think the Northern Gateway team is it Northern Gateway? Yes, I don't think they are going to come with that number that Paida went with for the first leg. So that is another thing. Even if they come, a lot of things that are there, still the number will be overturned by the Paida. So it's, and the biggest day in there, that it's a Sunday, nothing big is in the town. Every other person will know this is where we need to. So it's going to be a very big game, 3 p.m. That we shall be seeing what exactly comes out from the Paida side, what exactly comes out from the Northern Gateway. But we have seen teams lose. Proline went and beat, that is in Tunga Stars at their home, but they came to Lugogo, overturned the result. So it shows you that anything can happen in football right there. So it's one of the biggest things that we are looking into. But tomorrow, I want to request all West Nilers, all Ugandans who can afford, let's turn up at Barokoro Stadium, because that's where we're going to be having the weekend celebrations, preparing us for the day. In fact, for me, after here, the road is to Nebi, then sleep over Nebi, continue to Paida tomorrow. It's for purposes of adventure and reaching safe. So for early kickoff, we shall be there, knowing what exactly is happening. But for purposes of well planning, advanced planning, we're also going in there, so that we know. So people of Nebi, for us, we are coming from the team here, and that is one big thing that I'm talking about. Okay, let's move away from there and look at some of the transfer speculations and transfer stories coming right here now. One of the biggest in Uganda is how teams are shaping up and how things are going on. Moses, I know you're following, you're a Ugandan patriotic fan. at the offices of StarTime in Arua. So you should be one name wanting to know what exactly is happening. But all in all, let's start with the talk story coming right here. Now, the Tanzanian side, Yanga African, are in advanced talks already in trying to sign Wachiso Giants captain. I'm talking about Hassan Senjobe, who has been, of course, one key name that they're talking about, who is already in Dar es Salaam to see that he needs to fill the nitty-gritties and make sure things work out. He's so intelligent and versatile that things work his way, and he's a midfielder who has featured in, of course, the trial match on Saturday with, of course, a deal set to be sealed according to the reports coming in from the citizens right from Tanzania. Now, this is so interesting that Ugandans exchanging players, but again, still it remains the East African. Though Tanzania, you can say, pays people more than, I should say, maybe Uganda most of the times. That is one big one. I know someone is going to ask me about deal of Shaban, but let's start from there.
I think it's quite a very good one, and you saying the other side, the pays are better, I literally want to accept that, because we've had a lot of players move the other side compared to players from that side coming this way. By the way, even if you go to the history books, you would literally get to understand that our players, they are moved.
In fact, my question is, why is it very hard for Kenya, Tanzania, Rwandan players to come to Uganda?
You already answered that. The pay, I think. The other side, to me, I think the payment is better, just like you had said. And I think the terms are quite much better. And they may be the infrastructure and the rest of the things beat us, by the way. So I think literally that is why we see our players here moving that side more compared to players that side coming in here, literally.
Okay, that's a very big one, but of course interesting also for such teams right there, because I believe getting also players where maybe their players also not good. That's why we're getting them. They look for us. But all in all, I want to say it's a big one. Now let's come to the style of play in Uganda, and that side also matters. But we have again seen Ugandans who move from here to there and they flop. Case at hand, we have seen that the man Tor Rashid has not been. He has crossed over to police, but he didn't do much from Kenya. So you see also sometimes moving just to come back. Now, Toa right now, I'm meant to know, is looking for a club to see where he can go and make things work out. So those are some of the things coming in there. Muhammad Shaban, yesterday when we were for Whistle Time here, Susie brought in that report coming in from Ronnie Santos, one of the journalists, but of course he's also a player agent right there. He said, this is the guy who also said was said to be the agent of Shaban, if you remember. He had said that Muhammad Shaban had agreed already with KCCA at 110 million as of course a sign-on fee, and Shaban would also earn some money. But according to another report he put on his X, indicated that Muhammad Shaban also, there is another team that has also come in for Shaban's deal, and they want to give him 200-something million as a sign-on fee, and pay him 7 million as a salary monthly. Now, those are two stories that are coming in there. I've just told you Shaban came to one of the journalists' inbox saying, refute all those. So where are we is the question.
On air, floating, probably. Because just like you had said, yesterday when we were here, the other story already was circulating of the 110 million, where 80 million was to be paid in cash, and then 30 million will come after 6 months, and then his salary will be 6 million. And then that's why I said somewhere overnight, while other people had slept and others were still awake, we also did hear another. In fact,
immediately after our Whistle Time, Roy Santos again put another story about Shaban again getting 200 million.
Double over the first money.
Where are we heading?
and he comes through somewhere, just like you had said.
And they have not mentioned, by the way, the name of the club up to now.
Refute all allegations. So I mean, this whole thing now leaves us floating on air. I think our Whistle Time desk ears are on ground, following very closely. By the way, whatever it is that comes up, trust us, we shall ascertain and give you that information the way it is. But for now, whatever it is that we're also saying, treat it as rumors until we get the official communication from, that is Mohamed Shaban or the club that he will be attached to, that would have unveiled him probably.
What would you say? Should he go for money or should he keep where he can?
He needs to learn from his previous mistakes, because at a certain time we did see where he opted for money instead of talent, and it didn't yield in so well for him. He also had to turn around and make a reverse journey to come back and settle this time for the talent, not now money, and that is what has brought him to where he is right now. So for all this that the monies are coming through and all that, yeah, it comes through from his hard work. We all know last season he was one of the best players. He was the top scorer and all that. That narrows down to that is a hard work. But I would really say he shouldn't really go after money, although we know we all need money, bills are there to be paid and all that. But he needs to also think of his talent. Just like you had said, I don't think Shaban has a lot of play time based on his injuries that you discussed with us yesterday.
Shaban, as we talk right now, I think KCCA would be a favorite, but when he wants the money, he will go for the big money elsewhere. But I'm also told Vipers, by the way, still want him. That rumor is also there. It's a rumor. I'm saying it's a rumor. It's also there that Vipers also in that, maybe, who knows, the hidden club they're talking about should be Vipers. And we don't know what exactly, but all in all, it's a business. Can you sign for more, maybe let's say 2 years, 10 million, and you have 6 million every month? If you're a wise person, then you could work, then bang your goals again in the second and the first, because the other one people didn't believe, because he came from nowhere. He was working after the coach was fired, the Englishman, what was his name, Trageli. But now Traguli left, KCCA got Abdallah Mubiru. Now Abdallah Mubiru, can he prove himself again? I would say let him first remain at KCCA, get the 110, get your 6 million every month, concentrate, bang more goals to add in your value, then wait for that big money, because any other person will come for you. Any other person, prove yourself that you're the best, twice winning the trophy, the golden boot, then you would be very right person for any other club to go for. So that's, for me, what I'm thinking he should do. But we're waiting to see what exactly comes, because football business is very, very funny. NEC Football Club are targeting midfielder Amir Kakomo, who has been playing for Mbarara City, after, of course, talks with Vipers. Siraj Sentamo also went off and got stalled. So they are looking for option of, that is Amir Kakonde. NEC are also in the final stages of agreeing transfer deal for, that is left Joseph Kafumbe, who is also a free agent after he intends to leave Sports Club Villa. Talks over new contract failed with the 17 times league champions. Still, Shift Sports reporting that. But all in all, 2 players trying to bring out the goal. NEC, are we going to see a lot of release from NEC?
We are quite not sure possible, because if they were supposed to do that by now, we would already have gotten a list of quite a number of players that they are releasing. For the fact that they have been silent, and they're trying to also, by the way, be a little bit active in getting in players here and there, just like KCCA, I could say. I think they also want to come back bigger and better, that is next season. But then I remember you did say a statement in one of our consequence shows where we were discussing about NEC picking in, I think, signing in Vien or someone of that sort, and you were like, are they going to be signing every other person there is hyped? Are they going to pick up anyone that they find on the streets and all that? I mean, what was their focus? What was their ambition to get in these players and all that? Because They had in a lot of players last season that even some players did not touch the ball. They were not given a playtime and all that. Even some of our players that moved from here and had played half season with the Royal Hill Soccer Club, but then after things happened to Royal Hill, they moved to NEC and still got playtime over the couple of players that NEC still had. So literally I think NEC should really revise in their squad from the previous and to the current ones that are still there, minus those that have their contracts expired, and then they really need to look at exactly with better eyes to see which areas we need to add on, because right now I think NEC to me has better players. By the way, NEC has very good players that they did finish the season with the recently concluded season.
Okay, now that's NEC, and of course we shall be waiting to see how many they will release, because the clubs have not yet brought out lists of released players, apart from UPDF that has released 13 of them, saying these are the ones for us we shall not do with anymore. So they have done that. But at the same time, David Ndihabwe, who was here at Royal Hill, you remember, he has been playing for Maroons Football Club after leaving Royal Hill. He played Maroons. Now his 2 years at Maroons have also elapsed, and he is now crossing over to, of course, I mean, teams are looking for him, and I'm told Chitara Football Club are in need of his service. Would he add something? Chitara is going for old guns a lot. Paul Muchirezi, Frank Zaga, Tumwesi, you have seen those names that have been there, but they are adding in. I've loved the way that they at least have also experience that they are adding into the team.
By the way, Chitara is one club that is getting to see a lot of players leaving due to a contract expiration, and most of these players, I think, are not young lads.
True.
The players are not young lads, and I think why they are adding in these people is simply because these people helped them last season. They know their benefit, they know they have a vast experience, they know these people fully understand the Ugandan type of play, and these are people that would understand any situation that comes through to the club, be it financial constraints and all that. Work with young lads and see the pressure when there is no money. So basically I think why they are trying to follow in suit on along that road is simply because they have worked with that age group, and they fully understand that these people are very cooperative. They understand all situations and all that, and
they have been in this. They know
exactly.
They know
understand. So I think that is why they are doing this, and Chitara should, by the way, look at adding in more players, because if you look at most of the players they got last season, almost half of their contracts are getting done at the end of this month, that is tomorrow. So basically they need to do a lot of add-ons.
Dates are going, people are leaving, people's contracts are getting done from here up to Europe. But all in all, for some people, by the way, like Rotary, their new year is starting tomorrow, because they always, the financial year is always a new year for them. So Rotary is celebrating end of year party as I talk right now.
Okay.
Yes, so that's how it is. But the former sports club Villa captain, I'm talking about Gift Fred, if you remember him, is part of the foreigners who is also set to leave Young Africans of Tanzania, including of course Joyce Lomansi, Lomalisa, and Austin Okra, and Joseph Gunde, not forgetting Shugudu Makubendera, according to the citizens in Tanzania, that is coming. But Fred's Express, and then the former Express and Wakiso Giant coach, I'm talking about Joe James Odochi, will also be joining NEC Football Club as part of Hussein Balango's technical staff right there.
Quite a very good one. I think NEC this time around is trying to reorganize the whole structure, from there is management to the technical team to the players and all that. I don't know whatever it is that they're trying to portray, but I don't know if also this is too early to say that NEC is one team that is to be watched next season, including Chitara. By the way, we all did see them as new entrants into StarTimes Uganda Premier League season 2023-2024. They were new entrants, and they did shock the world. Literally, we've never never seen new entrants coming through to surprise and finishing in a better position compared to the landlords, people who have been there for quite some years. And this time around, Chitara adding up one name that has been very vital in Ugandan football onto the technical bench to join the likes of the Dudus and Mbalagu is quite it's quite a very positive add-on for me to the team of Chitara.
James Odochi has done a lot for the team, by the way. He has sacrificed, he has stayed at the Express. He has, even when the Express coaches go, he is the man who remains in the helm until they bring another one. He has done. I think he's a good coach, and he will add something into the team via, that is the technical team. Now we are taking a break. When we come back, we shall be getting to some more of the transfers and some international stories right now. I told you teams that are trending is Manchester United, Arsenal, and then the Euros. The rest of the teams are silent yet. So let's take a break. We'll be coming back to give you more of the updates.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Mbappe, Cristiano Ronaldo, Harry Kane, Sané, Griezmann, Lewandowski, and many more. Mbappe! Who is your European star? We are very familiar with all German stadia. Trust us to give you the best Euro experience affordably. Catch the matches live on NBS Sport, channel 255 on antenna or channel 199 on Dish Decoder on Star Times. We got your stars. This message is brought to you by StarTimes Solar. StarTimes Solar, more than just solar.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.